This might just be common sense, but one of the most impactful things I've ever done is just not quit, finding at least some tiny amount of work I could do towards my goals and passions every single day. Because I used to fall into that trap where I felt like if I didn't do enough, it just wasn't worth doing at all. It wasn't worth going out if I didn't talk to 10 strangers, or picking up my guitar if I didn't have 2 hours to practice. And that's all fine when you have the time and mental energy to do all that, but what if something serious comes up and throws you off? What if you start getting burned out and can't find the energy to do enough? Whatever that means. You can grit your teeth through it for a little bit, but eventually you'll just start taking days off. And while planned rest is great, skipping days can easily turn into weeks and then months. Suddenly, you've lost all your momentum and find it's really hard to get back. Not to mention the vicious cycle this starts. Because as you start to feel more and more guilty about skipping, you'll begin to associate that guilt with the thing you actually want to do. Eventually, it becomes really hard to find the will to show up at all. And maybe you just stop altogether, like I have many times. So what if instead you worked out the smallest possible thing you could do to just keep going? Instead of talking to 10 strangers, you call a friend or go to a local shop and have a short conversation with the cashier. Or you just find 15 minutes to work on your hobbies every day. Yes, this is a slowdown, but it keeps you moving forward. And accepting that you only have a little to give today keeps you out of that guilt cycle where you grow to resent the things you care about. And once things start to pass and you have more time and energy, it is so much easier to do more of something than start back from zero. And it's really incredible how little you have to do. The smallest minimum I ever set for myself was in my last semester of college. I was going through some of the worst burnout I've ever experienced, especially with working out. So I told myself all I have to do is walk into the gym 3 days a week. That's it. I didn't have to finish a workout. I didn't even have to touch a weight. I just had to walk in the front door before deciding to take the day off. And some days, that's all I did. But most of the time, I found that I could do a lot more than I expected. And when the semester was over, it was easy to ramp back into full workouts. So don't burn yourself out by setting unreasonable standards. Figure out what you can actually do consistently. Set that as your minimum and just don't quit.